hashtag release the Cuomo list. That is the new campaign push from Zohran Mamdani, Democratic nominee, not Andrew Cuomo, for mayor of New York City. Obviously, everyone is familiar with him, but let's go ahead and take a look at this ad that Zoron dropped yesterday with hashtag release the Cuomo list, now tying Andrew Cuomo, his opponent, whom he obviously defeated in the Democratic primary, to the Epstein list. Let's roll the clip.
4 years ago, Andrew Cuomo resigned in disgrace, and you probably know why.
The governor's office kept the nursing home death data secret.
Cuomo aggressively groped an aide.
Inappropriately touched a female state trooper.
Use of state resources for a COVID-19 memoir.
Less well known is what he spent the last 4 years doing, besides getting trounced in the Democratic primary. In 2022, Cuomo started Innovation Strategies LLC to represent individuals and corporations in a variety of matters. Definitely not vague. Last year, it raked in more than $500,000. Who paid for Cuomo's services? He refuses to say. But what journalists have been able to piece together is troubling. In April, Bloomberg revealed that Cuomo advised a cryptocurrency exchange based in the Seychelles as it faced federal investigations. Then in May, Politico reported that Cuomo failed to disclose $2.6 million in stock options to the New York City Conflicts of Interest Board. His excuse? The stocks were technically owned by Innovation Strategies LLC, of which he's the sole proprietor. Finally, in June, the New York Times uncovered that Cuomo had worked with his longtime friend Andrew Farkas on a luxury marina project in Puerto Rico. Farkas' previous partner on luxury marinas in the Caribbean, Jeffrey Epstein.
We had a finance chair like none other, Andrew Farkas.
That's the thing about Andrew Cuomo. Once you think you found out about all of his scandals, you find out about another, and then another, and then probably another. But if my friend, the disgraced former governor of the state of New York, feels that's unfair, Habibi, release your client list.
Ooh. Release the client list.
I like it.
Well,
I like it.
So let's put the next element on the screen. This is a tweet that went mega viral and said, breaking, Andrew Cuomo is on the Epstein list. But you know what that article links to, Saagar, is a story about the binders that Pam Bondi released in late February, which all of this was already known, has been known for a really long time. Another thing I noted in the Cuomo video that Mamdani just put out, actually they're tying him more to COVID in that as well.
Yeah.
You get images
I think that's
of COVID.
Smart.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
smart.
what they were talking about with the Epstein list binder is, like you said, of the contacts that were included in there. By the way, we can put that on the screen from the New York Post if we want to. F3, please. And it says, the Epstein contact list included such luminaries as Alec Baldwin, Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, and RFK Jr.'s mom. I will say, again, to be fair, and this is what they always say, there were people in the Black Book apparently who literally had never corresponded with him. Yep. So in some cases, he would keep their information, but they didn't necessarily know it. But the point beyond the Zoron ad is more about using it as a political vector.
Yes.
And I think very effectively. I've seen some Democrats try to do this in the past. Of course, the COVID connection, in general, what do you want to gin up against Andrew Cuomo? Was a corrupt governor.
Yep.
He has sketchy ties in the past, and his policies killed people whenever he was the governor.
Well,
why would you want somebody as that as New York?
All
of that is true.
Sexual misconduct allegations against him, which the Epstein, you're pouring gasoline on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think those two things together are effective. And I mean, Cuomo himself just seems to be going through some mental crisis, in his attacks on Zoran. He's like, I'm the son of, what does he say? I'm a boxer. I'll meet you in the ring. And,
he also said fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee,
as if
which is supposed
Muhammad
to be float.
Ali, yeah. It's what are you doing here? And I think what it all kind of comes together with in his strategy is presenting himself as a tough guy.
Yep.
That's what it seems to me. But, the problem is in the current split field, I think all it's doing is consolidating the support right now for Zoran, because you have Silwa, you have Adams, you have Cuomo, all of those together. They're going to split any so-called moderate vote.
Well, you don't look like a tough guy when you lost.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. How could you?
To an upstart 30-something state legislator. It just, you can't come back from that and look tough, even if you have all the resources in the world, because you were just outgunned by somebody with no resources. There's just no way to recover your tough reputation. Clearly what he has is some type of like teenager or with somebody with a teenage mentality running his Twitter account and posting those things, exactly what you said.
Well, you would hope so.
Well, those quotes that you just alluded to,
Yeah.
where he's referencing his dad and fly like a butterfly, sting like, I mean, it just crazy stuff. But he clearly hired somebody to run his social media in a way that makes it look like he's having a mental breakdown and is about to, buy a red convertible and do some more adultery.
Yeah, and keeping with the Epstein thing, the more that there is like a cover-up and mentality to it, I think the more this will resonate amongst Democrats. And specifically, we've seen this. All of a sudden, some of the Democratic, influencer accounts or whatever, they're going crazy with Epstein, which is fine with me. Like anything that leads to the release of more information is totally cool. Let's put the F4, please, up on the screen just to give everybody an update. The judge will not unseal grand jury papers of Ghislaine Maxwell or Ghislaine Maxwell after Donald Trump and the administration asked them to. So that kind of, defeats the alleged transparency that they were going for by saying that they were going to ask the judge to release the grand jury information. Both Maxwell's attorney and the government previously had opposed the release of such documents. And so now the judge has basically been like, yeah, no, we're not going to do it. And Ghislaine is miraculously still in the federal prison camp in my hometown, Bryan, Texas.
Okay.
And I should go, when I go back, I should go and survey. Because apparently in a federal prison camp, so there was some story going around with work release. Apparently it's not true. Her lawyer denies that she has work release. But you do have like more limited interaction, like with people in the community possibly, like especially because some people do have work release there who would know her. So I need to go and investigate the next time that I go home.
You do.
Apparently you can even go take photos. The Daily Mail has photos of Elizabeth Holmes' daily workouts.
And Jen Shaw from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Right.
That's
we shouldn't erase her as well down in Club Fed. So maybe I'll do that. I'll do the paparazzi thing. I'll shout some questions at Ghislaine and see if I can get an interview with her.
This judge's response was pretty annoying.
Why so? Why do you think?
Well, I mean, it's just like they're saying there's nothing new. Public's not going to learn. And obviously they don't want to breach the grand jury. I get it.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, just let us see it.
Well, it's complicated because I think it was designed to fail, right? The point is not to point to these files.
I totally agree.
The point is what's in the government's purview already if they wanted to release, which they fully have. They have 100,000 documents compiled in the FBI. They have so many documents, the Treasury, bank reports, et cetera, all of which are totally open and subpoenaable by Congress, except which they're blocking. They're not allowing them to have it. So I'm hoping that at least some of it, does come out at some point because even these Republican politicians, when they eventually come back to town in 2 weeks, the Oversight Committee and others have subpoenaed Ghislaine Maxwell. They've subpoenaed some of these records, right? So more information actually could still be coming out.
Yeah, so let's just pause. One more thing to add on that. A lot of people were following Thomas Massey's post yesterday about how Trump can't do recess appointments to fill hundreds of empty seats in his administration because GOP House and Senate, I'm quoting here, hold pro forma sessions to block him. Meanwhile, bureaucrats carry on as if they report to no one. Here's the one they held today in an empty chamber. And he posted a video of a pro forma session happening in an empty chamber. Someone tagged us in response to the Massey tweet and said, what can you find out about this? So I asked a source, and this is also Epstein related. The reason basically, that we can assume that they're doing these pro forma sessions that block Trump's own recess appointments is because in all likelihood, Trump agreed with Mike Johnson and John Thune to do this, to block the recess appointments in order to avoid a vote on the Epstein bill. So again, all of these things that are like designed to fail, that you just, I think that was a perfect description of what you just mentioned. That is what the Trump administration is now pushing under the banner of trying to ascertain some level of transparency and to get more information out into the public. There are all of these like stall mechanisms that we're starting to see, I think, pop up. And that'll likely be the course of the next 3 years of the administration.
I agree with that. All right, Emily, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me hijack the show.
No.
And rant about weed. That's the only you would let me let me do it. So
I mean, I learned.
Okay.
I learned.
Oh, did I hope the audience.
I always do. And my favorite thing is that you had to drink out of a mug with mine and Ryan's face on it.
I don't mind at all.
This is beautiful.
Listen, I don't care. It's good for us. It's good for the company.
That's right.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be on with Crystal tomorrow. We'll see you then. Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.